Okay, so now we will cut the chicken into bite-sized pieces, so they will go easily into the blender and form a nice homogeneous mass. I really encourage you to try this recipe because it's really easy to make, and I think you will love it, and you'll make it every single week if you have the time. So now we'll get on by adding the chicken and some toast into the blender. And I would really appreciate if you like and subscribe because I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers. So I would really appreciate if you consider subscribing. Next goes in 1 heaped teaspoon of paprika powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of black pepper, and half teaspoon of ginger powder. Now we'll blend all of this into a nice and homogeneous mass and get that into a plate. So for the next step, we're going to prepare the dredge. So we're going to use 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of ginger powder, half a teaspoon of pepper, and a little dash of onion powder. We'll mix that nicely and we'll use later on that for the wet batter as well. And yeah, now we'll just use that to form the chicken nuggets. So we'll form the chicken nuggets with a spoon. You can do that in any shape you want, as big or as small as you want, but I recommend you to make them a bit smaller. That will reduce the frying time and eventually just make it crispier and avoid leaving raw chicken in the middle. And yeah, so once you form the chicken, just put that into the flour and make sure there's no chicken showing and that's covered in flour. And after you've done all of your chicken nuggets, we'll go ahead and freeze them for about half an hour. And after they've been frozen in the freezer for half an hour, they'll hold their shape way more and they won't cause you so much trouble when you're gonna dredge them in the wet batter. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like, you can let me know in the comments what country you're watching from. I'd really like to know that. And yeah, that's for the wet batter. So the secret is adding actually sparkling water. Cold sparkling water is really good because that makes the batter light, airy and crispy. And yeah, so now you can see I am dredging the frozen chicken nuggets. Well, they're not really frozen, but they're like sort of half frozen in the wet batter. And yeah, we'll fry them for 3 to 5 minutes in some oil. And yeah, depending on the size of the nuggets, it will take more or less time. Make sure you have a station where you can put the finished chicken nuggets into, close to the fryer, so you don't cause any accident or anything. So these are the chicken nuggets after they've been cooked. They look really nice and they taste amazing. So now for the secret sauce, I'm gonna chop 1 onion very finely, and yeah, that will just give a nice flavor. Now then we'll chop 4 to 5 gherkins into small cubes. Those will also give nice sourness to the sauce. So we'll use half a cup of ketchup, a 1/4 cup of mayo for the sauce, and that's it. We'll add the gherkins and the onion, and then we will mix that all up. Trust me guys, this sauce is actually really amazing, unless you hate ketchup or mayo, but if not, they will taste amazing and it will change the wrap. Cut your lettuce down the middle so it will be more easy to put it into the wrap and it won't go back into the twisted shape it has. And we'll also cut some tomato for the wrap and make sure to remove the seeds because they're too watery. And for wraps, I'm using high protein wraps. I got them from my local Lidl. And yeah, we'll spread the sauce, add some cut chicken nuggets on there. Add as much or as little as you want, it really doesn't matter. We'll add some onions and gherkins that we got left from the sauce. and then we'll add the tomato and lettuce, and that's pretty much it for the wrap. I hope you enjoy it. I really encourage you to try this at home because it really tastes amazing, and I'm sure you will do it again and again. So yeah, this is the finished wrap. Enjoy.